First, CSK were beaten soundly by Sunrisers Hyderabad to get their first points, and Mumbai, along with CSK, are at the bottom of the table with 4 losses in 4 games after going down to RCB.
Hello everyone, welcome to Straight Bat with Gulf News and Mr. Cricket UAE, that is Anis Sarjan. We have a double-header in IPL today and two of the favorites who have 9 IPL titles behind them crashed to their 4th defeat. So plenty to talk about, and joining us today are 2 fans today. There is Shailendra Rugwani, who is a businessman and a massive fan, and Arjun is very familiar with us, a massive CSK fan, and I'm sure he's not a happy fan today. Anis, tell us about how the games unfolded today.
Good evening, Sham. Hello, Satish. Hi, Shailendra.
Hello,
Hello, QT Arjan. And hello to all the lovely people of Gulf News. 2 boring games after what we saw yesterday, what Rahul Tewatia did. But that's the way the game goes. First, CSK were beaten soundly by Sunrisers Hyderabad to get their first points. And Mumbai, along with CSK, are at the bottom of the table with 4 losses in 4 games after going down to RCB. So probably a off day in the office for the T20 IPL fans who did not get an humdinger, but you have to say 2 clinical performance by RCB as well as by Sunrisers.
Yeah, before I get to the fans, let me ask Satish, who has been who himself is a CSK fan, but I think he has to be impartial today because
of course,
having
of
lost.
course, yeah.
So we have CSK as well as Mumbai crashing to their 4th defeat. I don't think this has ever happened in the history of IPL. What do you
Sham,
think is happening to the teams?
no, it's happened to CSK. CSK, I think, once they won the title after almost being,
No, what I meant was two of the top favorites slumping at the same time.
I think we have to go back to the auction, Sham. Like these teams don't have the players which have been doing well for them over the years. And having said that, it's again they have not got that cohesion or the team that would do well, because they need to. They are one team where they always have a plan for everything, but they don't have the players right now to execute that skills. And adding to that, to talk about Bombay, the main players for Bombay were Jasprit Bumrah and Rohit Sharma, who have not been performing up to their own expectations right now. So that's one thing for Mumbai. And for CSK, if you look at last year, Ruturaj was the main scorer, the Orange Cup winner, who is yet to find his touch again. But it's only a matter of time. These 2 teams will come back, is my gut feeling. They'll come back, they'll make their move.
Okay. Shailendra, you said you are an impartial but a massive fan here. Okay, I will put the same question to you. I mean, these are two of the most professional IPL sides. I mean, they look after every aspect of it. They maintain the core sides. Even selection-wise, they don't chop and change. They are very professional. What is really happening to them?
See, actually, if you look at both the teams, their main players are no more with them. Like CSK, if you see, Duplessis is not there. They have not retained him, and Duplessis has gone to another team, and that he's doing good, Bangalore. So even Mumbai, you see, Pandya brothers are not there. Both the brothers definitely had hugely contributed to Mumbai. So we can call them basically a new team. Just retained 4 players in each team. Rest everybody else is almost new. So they are still trying to find their momentum. As I heard Arjan saying that even if they win a couple of games, it's going to be a happy moment for them. I mean, the way they are going, it's going to be very tough. I personally feel they're already out of the tournament.
Arjun, let me come to you. I know you just can't wait to get into this. Chennai is one of the teams who maintain the core of the team. In fact, they have at least 7 players from the previous team. So what is going wrong for them? Is it the new captain, or is it there a lack of Deepak Chahar? I mean, of course, they didn't have the spearhead Josh Hazelwood, who was such a massive role last year. So what exactly is going wrong with them today?
A mix of three things, really. First of all, the new captain. Jadeja he's a good player. I'm not gonna lie. He's really good. He can bowl, he can bat. The problem is his captaincy is not the best. Not as good as Dhoni anyway. When you look at Jadeja's captaincy, you can see it's missing two core things. One, the way he sets his field. I don't agree most of the time with the amount of gaps that he leaves. I'm surprised we haven't lost brutally somehow. And the second thing is the batting order. Sorry, the bowling order. The way CSK bowls, they require pacers and spinners. And assuming at this point we don't have any good pacers, our only option is spinners. And spinners aren't that good on most of these wickets. So I think that is one thing. Second thing is the loss of so many players during the auction. We lost Shardul Thakur, Deepak Chahar can't play. We lost Hazelwood. Our amazing pace lineup just got lost in that auction. It all happens in the auction in this IPL, especially with 10 teams. And the third thing is how they've absolutely lost their momentum. CSK have never lost an opening game. And because of this, I think it's gone completely downhill from them. It's like a small domino effect that could reach CSK not even making it to the qualifiers.
All right, Arjun, you've spoken like a true fan there. Yes, I want a little more dispassionate here. CSK is bowling so bad? Because when I look at it, they have Mahesh Tikshna, who's a very good T20 bowler, and you have Ravindra Jadeja, who can really bowl some darts, and Moeen Ali is not being used sufficiently. Yes, they are missing Josh Hazelwood and Deepak Chahar, which means that the early breakthroughs are coming. So is it as bad as what Arjun makes out to be?
You see, when you don't get wickets in the power play, it looks bad. Even though they did get a couple of wickets against Punjab, but they couldn't defend a total of 200. But the fact remains is that overall, as a package, CSK has not been doing. Today they were 100 for 2. That is when probably Raidu got out, and then in the next over, Moeen Ali got out. Then you saw Shivan Dubey getting out, then Dhoni getting out. So had this planned, because this was not that easy wicket as it sounded when SRH scored. But 170, 170 would have been a different cup of tea. But I'm afraid they're not getting that finishing touch. Now, when you do have 150 on the board, you can't expect too much. And they did not have the bowling attack, like Arjan mentioned. They're not getting wickets in the power play. I think even though Williamson was slow off the blocks, but they set up a platform. And Abhishek Sharma today showed it to us what he's made of. He's a talent. And once you are on form, on song, he showed what he can do, and he single-handedly won the game for Hyderabad.
So Satish, again, this is something more of an enduring theme throughout this World Cup. This IPL is that the youngsters coming to the fore. Every day after day we talk about them. Today also it was two youngsters who just blew the match away. One was Abhishek Sharma and other was Anuj Rawat. Tell us about that.
At least Abhishek Sharma was not even a newcomer. Like Abhishek Sharma has been with SRH for the last couple of years, so he has some experience in his back. So, but I was quite amazed with the way the Anuj Rawat played today, Sham. It was a tricky game. They should be protecting the wickets, and Faf was not getting his timing right. So there was a big task for Anuj Rawat to continue scoring in that game, but he did it quite well, and until the towards the end where he was unfortunately run out, he showed he's got a very good talent. And I would say that's where I would say some like last year also they brought in or a couple of years ago they brought in Devdutt Padikkal and made him a good player, and he went on to play for India. They are finding some good talents. I think that's where Mumbai or Chennai are missing that little trick where they are not able to find such raw talents and then polishing them and making them into gems, which Dhoni has done in the past. If you look at the first few years, it was CSK which brought in Ashwin and many other players like Murli Vijay and everybody else. But I think the last couple of years they have missed it. Yes, they one was our Gaikwad, Ruturaj Gaikwad, who came in, but he is completely off color this year.
I think he's a good
Go ahead.
talent. He may be picked for the Indian team, maybe. And I heard he's still a teenager. Goodness knows what could happen in the future.
Yes, we hope if he continues in the same vein. And Shailendra, just coming back, we'll stay with Chennai's woes for some more time, simply because I mean, four losses in 4 games is unbecoming of a defending champions, because they pretty much need at least to win 8 of the next 10 matches if they have to qualify. Let's go back and just check with the CSK's batting again. Like we said, that it's been suffering. Last year, if you look at it, was Ruturaj has been batting deep. I mean, he's been staying around and he's been consistently scoring. So is it the opening which is the problem for CSK?
See, first thing could be the toss, because most of the games that they lost, toss was not in their favor. Number 2, Uthappa, of course, he has been playing well, but earlier years, a couple of last 2-3 years, it was Gaikwad who actually started the opening, momentum for them. So this year it has been, slow from his bat. Apart from that, yes, the first, 6 overs, they are not able to, take the score up. That's where they are losing the momentum. I felt Moin, he did play today. He played well today. But then, somewhere in the middle they are losing the game. They are not able to score in the middle overs. That's where they need to, focus on. Even like Shivam Dubey and even Jadeja, Dhoni didn't play well. Maybe they can bring, Bravo towards maybe 4 down or 3 down, 4 down. Maybe they should try that. Maybe he can change a little momentum there. That's what I feel. But overall, really not satisfied with the way CSK has played this year in this IPL season. They should refocus and probably do some juggling of the batting order, maybe. And
You make
bowling
a very good point about Bravo there, because he's not getting too many balls to face, and he's going way too down the order to make any impact. Actually, by then pretty much the match, you have few more balls to face, and there's no time for him to do anything really there.
Yeah.
Okay, again, a fanboy question for you, Arjun. Here, do you think Chennai will make it this year, or will it go the 2020 way?
Okay, they probably won't make it this year. And that will upset a lot of fans.
That is not a fan's answer.
I think about 25% of people who watch the IPL are CSK supporters. Sorry. But 4 losses in a row, I don't think any team can get up from that. If you think about it, even if we win every single match, qualifiers are still going to be very risky, aren't they? And we aren't going to win every single match. Already,
So they need to win. If you win 8 matches, 8 of the next 10 matches, there is still chance.
There is, but already the top, the top people on the table are already on 8 points. CSK are on 0. They have a 4-match head start over CSK. I don't think it's that good, but it's not looking good.
I think Sham, if Chahar comes in place of Dubey, I think that will turn the balance, tilt the balance very much in favor of Chennai in the next few games. Again, we have seen it also not about you losing. If some other teams, the top teams lose as the tournament goes by, things can change around. So
yeah, if they have to win 8 games or 10 games, that means other teams will be equally affected. So the whole table could wear a different look as if they start winning. But Arjun, I hope you won't change your answer after if they win the next 4 games. Okay, Anis, I think we have talked enough of Chennai. Let's get back to Mumbai, your favorite team and my favorite team at what point of time too. In fact, I backed them till last year. So what's happening there?
Well, honestly, like we discussed in the auction, they got it horribly wrong. They went for two big players. One is Jofra Archer, was not available for the whole season. Then they went for Team David, and then you don't back that player and you drop him after 2 games. Doesn't give good signs. And today, if you saw, they had only 2 foreign players, and depending too much on Bumrah. And when you don't get wickets from Bumrah and you don't score runs, that's what you're going to go through. And out of the 4 games, they have batted first. The highest I think they scored was 165 or something. Otherwise, last match 158 or 150, thanks to Surya. Today also 152. It's not been going well. Only game where they were in the match probably was against RR. They had a good start with Tilak and Ishan, but couldn't finish the game. But I'm afraid they looked in the same way as CSK. And I have my doubts even they will make it in the bottom 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And if it was not for Surya Kumar Yadav, they would have been absolutely in a terrible shape. It was 79 for 6, and that is when Surya Kumar and who was that? Jaydev Unadkat was strung to the partnership, and the Driscoll recovered them to 150. But 150 definitely not even a pass score on this wicket, although it was a 2-pace wicket. So where do Mumbai go from here, Sevendra?
Actually, unfortunately, they have become very predictable now. I mean, as Anis bhai said, that too much dependence on one bowler, Bumrah, cannot win them matches, So if they are batting first, they have to target at least 200. Otherwise, they don't stand a chance. So very bleak as we see that they are at the bottom now, and I don't think even they are going to make it to top 4 in any way. I don't think so, because it's very bleak for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to get disheartened here for both as far as CSK and Mumbai, because 4 losses that to the first 4 games, and it's an uphill task from here. So which means other teams have had a head start. Satish, how does RCB look at this point today? They were very, very clinical in their win today.
The body language is brilliant, Sham. I could see a huge difference in the body language. They are enjoying every moment. They are playing the game to perfection, and they are certainly a different team altogether. And coming back to the earlier question also, sorry, I'm just digressing here. I would say there is a chance for Chennai to even come back, but there is no chance for Mumbai, because since last year, their performance has been going downslide for a longer period of time, and they don't know how to come out of it. So again, coming back to RCB, it's brilliant with the Maxwell coming back into the side. They are looking even more stronger, and even those 1 or 2 little gaps that were like the holes they had is now plugged, and they are looking a very, very good team right now.
And is your thoughts on RCB?
To be very honest, I was very happy today to see Virat Kohli showing that intent of finishing the game, albeit through that controversial decision of an LBW. But if I have to say, as a package, they look good. The biggest strength is 2 players in the bowling department, is Harshal Patel, as well as the leggy from Sri Lanka, Hasranga. They are the ones who are getting them wickets. They have been phenomenal. And the other guys also have been bowling well, except for Siraj.
Today Akashdeep was good.
Siraj has been a disappointing thing. In 3 games, today he went for some 50 odd runs. In one game, he went for 59. Another game, he went for 44. So I believe India should not even think about Siraj because he's not a death bowler at all. But having said that, leaving aside Siraj, their team looks very good on paper. And if Faf can get some runs, then they have Virat, Faf, Anuj Rawat getting decent runs. Maxwell is good in the end. And then we are talking about who else?
Dinesh
DK.
Karthik
So
is
they
there.
look to be a complete pack.
Yeah, yeah.
So DK. So they look to be a good side. Now it all depends when they are coming up against a strong side. Can they chase 200 or can they defend 160? We'll come to know with time.
Shailendra, what do you think of RCB's performance? I mean, so far, not just today's game, the way they progressed through the tournament.
Yes, I'm really happy with the way. I mean, even today we saw Virat Kohli, coming back into and getting into the runs. So I feel they have a good chance to progress further. But I also agree. I'm not a big fan of Shiraj. So they need to work around, maybe get another bowler who can be more effective towards in the death overs. So I'm sure the intent has been good, and the body language, as Satish mentioned, is definitely positive. So RCB is something we should watch, and I'm sure it's going to progress further.
Yes, after a disappointing doubleheader, complete one-sided today. Tomorrow also we have we also have a doubleheader tomorrow. But before we get to that, and still let us know about the competition, please.
Oh, yes. Every day you get a chance to win a beautiful apparel kit, which is a T-shirt, a track, and a cap for predicting the right winner. And there's lots of opportunity. Just 18 matches are done, and you still have probably 52 plus 4.
Okay, so that is for our readers and viewers. Now, can you guys predict tomorrow's winners? Let's give it a try. Tomorrow, KKR versus Delhi Capitals. Shailendra, go first, please.
I would go for KKR.
And Arjan?
KKR.
Satish?
Sham, the way the last game the Cummins played and they can bat deep, I think nobody will be betting again more other than KKR tomorrow's game.
And are you up for Delhi Capitals?
Well, when the tournament started, I said Delhi Capitals, but they don't look to be gelling well. So I can't be going against all the big guns. I'll go with KKR.
Oh, KKR is overwhelmingly KKR. Since none of you have picked Delhi Capitals, I will pick Delhi Capitals. I'm upset in the offing tomorrow. And the second match tomorrow is Rajasthan Royals and Lucknow Super Giants. Shailendra, your pick?
Anybody's game. I mean, both are quite strong. Rajasthan Royals is really doing good, but even Lucknow is good. So very difficult. It all depends on the toss. It's an evening game. It's in Mumbai, so dew will be in action. So I would probably go for the person, who bats second. A team which bats second. So it could be anybody's game. But if we have to choose one, then Rajasthan Royals.
Okay, Arjan?
I'd say Lucknow. Their team is in a really good form now, and Rajasthan's team is a little bit unstable. So if the two were going together, I would say Lucknow. Yeah.
So your pick is Lucknow. Satish, would you agree with that, or you?
I'll go with Lucknow, Sham, just for the simple reason the captain Rahul is a better captain, better performer in comparison with Sanju Samson. Yeah, so I would go with Lucknow.
And this is not a huge fan of Rahul. So will you pick Lucknow tomorrow?
No, I'll go for RR.
Yeah, Shailendra was bang on when he says that. It's very little to choose between the teams. I completely agree there. I mean, I will also pick RR simply because a little bit of parochialism there, but a little bit of bias there. So I'll back Sanju Samson for tomorrow. So that's all for tomorrow. It's been, let's hope at least tomorrow's match won't be as one-sided as today's, and I hope it goes their way as we'll have at least one close finish tomorrow. And till then, that's all from us today. And thank you for tuning in. For our latest updates and breaking news, please log on to gulfnews.com and all our social media channels. Thank you very much.